Damon here with NLP Gym on a very hot day in San Diego, here still at Trance Camp with Steve Gilligan. And this video is about suffering. Before I get into that, if you haven't already, please click subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get regular videos or regular updates on these videos. You'll get them on a regular basis. Suffering. Suffering is something we all deal with, and I've had a lot of experience with it myself, which is kind of what got me into NLP to begin with. Today was the third day of this week-long trance camp that I'm here for with Steve Gilligan. And what I started to notice today was a lot of images coming up in my mind of suffering. Maybe they were things that people had told me about, sad stories, and also of pain as well, like images and movies of this started popping up for me. And I've done enough of these trainings, NLP trainings and hypnosis trainings, to realize what that was about. When you start expanding your map of reality, when you start to open this thing up that we call consciousness and start to integrate it more with your unconscious, it brings in a lot of joy, it brings in a lot of happiness, it brings in a lot of options and possibilities. What it also brings in is the negative stuff too. You can't really take in the joy and the happiness without taking in the suffering of the world. That doesn't mean that you have to put yourself through it, doesn't mean that you have to suffer. It just means that that's going to be a part of it. One of the things that can happen is you can fixate on these images or these feelings in a way of trying to rid yourself of them, or trying to overcome them, or trying to deny them, which only makes them stronger because you're resisting them. When these things come up, so what do you do about them? And this goes in with one of the exercises we did today, where we step back and we say, there is joy in the world, and there is suffering. And isn't it nice that we can experience both at the same time? And we are complex creatures that way. We can experience both at the same time. And that's a magnificent thing. That's not something you want to get rid of. Because if it was all suffering and no happiness, then you would see no way out. But knowing when you're suffering, that the only way that you know that you're suffering is that there has to be joy. So it's a matter of where you put your attention. And it's not about getting rid of one. It's not about trying to turn the lights out on one, which will only create a shadow. It's about recognizing that there's both. And then you can choose to focus on one more than the other. So don't try to get rid of the suffering. Don't try to get rid of happiness either. Just put your focus on what you want to experience, and that will come naturally while acknowledging the other. If you try to exclude your attention or exclude one and pretend like one doesn't exist, you will create a shadow. It will be there. It will come back. And your unconscious has a way of making that happen. So again, just welcome those both in, welcome polarities, and then make a choice of where you want to put your attention. As always, check out our website, nlp-gym.com. Follow us on Facebook, and as I said in the beginning, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Take care.